Well, let's return to our Sun News exclusive. It involves a Toronto man who says he and his family have become targets of teen thugs. Phys ed teacher Mike Greer says his home's been terrorized after he tried to reason with a group of unruly teens in his neighborhood. The terrorized homeowner joins us now live via Skype from his home in Toronto. Good to have you here with us, Mr. Greer, but sorry that you have to come to us under such circumstances.
Yeah, thank you. It's not fortunate for me, I guess, right now, but hopefully this will help to end it.
I would think that you've come to the media as a last-ditch effort to get some help.
That's exactly it. Well, we are grasping at straws here. We have no other resources. The police at this point have said we can't help you. We are sitting ducks in our home, and what else can you do?
Do you feel like these kids are becoming more brazen?
Well, they definitely are. We installed cameras in our house in attempts. That's what the police told us to do, to install cameras so we could catch them doing something. And as soon as we did, we got attacked with their faces covered. And then we installed a second camera to prevent that from happening, and now they're attacking us from the side of our house. And to be throwing a Molotov cocktail at our house, I mean, that goes beyond public mischief.
So this all started when? Take us back through to the beginning for the viewers that are just joining us to hear what you've been going through.
Well, this started, we moved into our house 2 years ago, and we noticed that beside our house, there's a school, and there's a little hidden alcove or doorway where the kids started to hide and smoke weed and drink and do other stuff. And it got a little bit out of hand one day, and so we asked them, can you guys go somewhere else? And from that, we got a lot of, well, this is public property, and we can do this if we want to do this. And I said, well, you need to leave, and if you don't, I'm going to call the police. And they said, well, the police don't care. Go ahead, call the police. And from that, we started getting attacked.
And so where are their parents? Do their parents know what's going on?
That's a good question. Where are their parents? I don't know if they're at work, they're at home. Do they go up to the cottage all summer long? I tell you, they're never with their parents. So I have no idea where these parents are. And how do they not know, especially when we're getting attacked between the hours of 11 p.m. and 3 a.m.? How do they not know that their kids are not out? And on a Sunday at 2 o'clock, when your teenage son is smoking weed and getting high, do they not go home for Sunday dinner and the parents realize?
Right. And so what are other neighbors saying? Are they also being targeted?
The daycare, which is a 5-minute walk from my house, had their playground burnt to the ground. This is something that was designed for 2-year-olds.
Yep.
And my kids go there. They've had a problem. The neighbors beside me have had their lawn bags burnt out. They've had a lot of damage done. There's been damage done. You have to understand that we live in a community, at least this part, where many of the people are original homeowners. They're in their 70s, 80s, or higher, and they're either not up at that time or they don't know what to do.
You've got 2 very young children. Do they know what's going on, and are they scared?
See, my wife and I have been very careful with them. This happens when they're sleeping, so they don't always know what's going on. But my son asked me even yesterday, did the bad boys, and that's what he called them, or the bad kids, throw eggs at our house again last night, Daddy? So my son is aware that this is happening. What he's not aware of is the severity or the threat that this poses to our family.
Mike, tell me, are you actually frightened that they're going to do physical harm? The allegation is that a Molotov cocktail was thrown. Thankfully, it didn't ignite or catch on. But do you believe that they're actually trying to bring physical harm to you and your family?
I do. To what degree, I don't know. You got to understand that over the course of the last 6 months, we've had all the tires slashed on our cars. Cars carved up with a knife, so that means they have a knife and something sharp enough to go through the sidewall of the tire. If that gasoline had have gone through the screen window instead of going off the windshield of the car, that would have covered my wife and my 2 kids with flaming gasoline.
Yeah.
We're not talking about an egg that's going through our window. We're talking about things that could potentially burn my house down. So yeah, I am afraid. They drove by the other day. I wasn't home, but my wife was, 3 times honking their horns, saying, "We're going to get you, we're going to get you." And then when I got home and I took the dog out for a walk, they came back and said, that's the guy, we're going to get you." And I won't repeat the other words, but you know, you can just imagine the other profanities that were coming out. These are real threats.
Yeah, you bet they are, and I'm glad to see that the police are finally at least investigating one aspect of what's been going on at your place, which would involve the firebomb or the Molotov cocktail that was launched at your house. Do you believe, though, that you're now in the position of having to take this into your own hands, or do you have faith that the police will actually do something here?
Well, let me tell you, there's two sides to that. I can't do anything. If I were to hide in the bushes beside my house and wait for them to attack, and I've been doing that in my car, but if I touch them,
yeah,
then I'm going to get charged with assault, and I'll lose my teaching license, and then my family suffers even further. The police have not got the resources, so they explained to me to have somebody do that very thing, to either sit on the roof of the school. I mean, this isn't going to happen every night. But, you know, in a week it will happen. Mm-hmm. So it's a matter of them being there at the right time. And, you know, every time a cop seems to go through there and talk to a kid, we seem to get attacked. So I have faith in the police if they put their resources towards doing this, but I don't believe at this point they're going to do anything, purely because they have to catch them in the act. And they haven't got the resources at this point, so they tell me to do that.
Yeah, you are in seemingly a lose-lose position here. We're not, of course, going to abandon this story. We'll stay with it, and hopefully we can get some attention to this matter and get someone to help out. Mike, thanks so much for joining us, and please join us again if you need something else.
Thank you very much.
That was Mike Greer. He's a phys ed teacher, also a homeowner, being terrorized by teens in his East End Toronto neighborhood.